We'll see is instantaneous speed, that is the speed for a moment. So when the speed of an object is variable, then the speed at a given instant of time is called instantaneous speed. And if an object travels, suppose del s distance, del s is a small distance at del t time, that is the time interval is also very small. So the instantaneous speed, the formula is given as del s upon del t. But if del t is so small that it tends to 0, that means it becomes 0 but it is not 0, means it is that much small, so it will become 0 but it is not 0. So we can write this like that way, del t tends to 0. By putting this arrow, the symbol says that del t tends to 0. So then the instantaneous speed will become ds upon dt. The del s we will write as ds, del t we will write as dt. So simply we can say the instantaneous speed is the derivative of the distance travel. That means derivative of the distance travel with respect to time. Okay. Next we will see uniform velocity. As already we have defined the speed in 4 category, that is uniform speed, variable speed, average speed and instantaneous speed. Similar way we are defining now the velocity, and already we have seen the difference between the speed and velocity, that speed is scalar quantity that is equal to distance upon time, and velocity is a vector quantity that is equal to displacement upon time. So the difference is what? Only the distance and displacement in case of speed and velocity. You can see that now uniform velocity, an object is said to be moving with a uniform velocity if it undergoes equal displacement in equal interval of time. This time we have written equal displacement, not distance. Okay. Variable velocity is what? An object is moving with variable velocity if it covers unequal displacement in equal interval of time, or change direction of motion while moving with constant speed. While differentiating between the speed and velocity, as already it is stated to you, the speed can be changed only by changing the magnitude, but the velocity can be changed either by changing the magnitude or by changing the direction or by changing both. So here if we are writing variable velocity or defining variable velocity, we can say that either the object travel unequal distance in equal interval of time, or you can say not distance, displacement, equal displacement in unequal interval of time, or if object travel equal displacement in equal interval of time, that means the speed is constant here but the direction change, then also the velocity will be variable. Next we will see average velocity. So average velocity is that constant velocity with which an object covers the same displacement in a given time as it does while moving with variable velocity during that time. It is the same definition as we have defined the average speed, but the difference is there we have taken distance, here we are taking displacement. For the average velocity we can implement this formula, that is V average is equal to V1 plus V2 and so on plus Vn upon n. That means simply the sum of all the velocities divided by the number of velocities we have taken here. Okay. Next, the instantaneous velocity. The velocity of an object at an instant of time is defined as the limit of the average velocity. When the time interval del t become very small, that means del t tends to 0. So V instant can be written as limit del t tends to 0, that is del x upon del t, that is Vi is equal to dx upon dt. When del t tends to 0, this del x will become dx and del t will become dt. So once again you can say for the instantaneous velocity, it is the derivative of position with respect to time, that means change in position upon time interval. So this is dx is the small displacement in a very small time interval dt. Now we will see uniform motion in a straight line. This you have already learned in class 9th, that an object is said to be in uniform motion along a straight line if it covers equal displacement in equal interval of time, and magnitude of displacement is equal to actual distance covered by the object. I said to you, when the magnitude of displacement and distance are equal, when the object travels in a straight line. So that means the object is traveling in a straight line in equal interval of time, equal distance covered by the object. So this type of motion is called uniform motion in a straight line. Okay, we will see now the position time graph of uniform motion. For this, suppose you assume that the position is indicated by x and taken in y-axis, and time is indicated by t and taken in x-axis. Suppose the journey started at 9 o'clock 9 a.m. from 0, and at 9:15 the object reached to the 30 kilometer in a straight line, 30 kilometer, 9:30 60 kilometer, and 9:40 90 kilometer. 10 o'clock it reached to the 120 kilometer from the initial point. Okay, so if you draw the graph, you will obtain the graph in this way. You can see that the time axis we have taken 9 o'clock, 9:15, 9:30, 9:45, and in position we have taken 0, 30, 60, 90, 120, all in kilometer. Okay, this position time graph is also called xt graph. You find that a straight line will be there, that means you will obtain a straight line here inclined some angle theta with the time axis. So the position time graph for us, this position time graph for uniform motion is a straight line as shown in figure and inclined with the time axis by angle theta. So if you calculate here, in this we have taken a part A and B, the 2 points we have taken A and B, and suppose at point A, if you assume the position is xt1, that means it is in time t1, 9:30 if you take as t1, and this 9:45 if you take as t2. So this position A is x1, this is, you can say, x1, sorry, x t1 you can say, that means the position at time t1, and this is position at time t2, this B is the position at time t2. So the velocity is equal to displacement upon time interval. The displacement is given by BC. You can see that this is the displacement from A to B. So displacement is given by BC here, and the time interval is AC here. So V is equal to what? V is equal to, you can write like xt2 minus xt1, that means final position minus initial position, upon the time interval, that is t2 minus t1. So actually when you are taking here BC upon AC, so BC is a perpendicular and AC is the base of this triangle ABC, the right angle ABC. So what you will get in this case, V is equal to tan theta, because what it is, this is what ratio we have obtained here is the perpendicular upon base. So you can say that V is equal to slope of xt graph, position time graph, that means velocity of uniform motion, velocity of an object which is traveling in uniform motion in a straight line is given by slope of xt or position time graph. Velocity time graph of uniform motion. If you see the last example, as you have seen, in the journey started of an object at 9 a.m. From 0 kilometer. So 9:15 the object reached to 30 kilometer. Then 9:30 it reached to the 60 kilometer. if you are calculating the value of velocity in this journey, you will get 30 kilometer upon 15 minutes. Then you will get the velocity that is equal to 2 kilometer per minute. So in every minute, each minute, the distance traveled by the object is 2 kilometer. If you draw the graph, VT graph, that means if you will take the velocity in y-axis and t in time axis, so you will get this type of graph. That means a straight line which is parallel to the time axis, because at time t1 the object is traveling with velocity v. At time t, now you will see for the velocity time graph of uniform motion, the last example which we have seen, in which the object start traveling at 9 a.m. from 0 kilometer, then 9:15 it reached to the 30 kilometer, 9:30 it reached to the 60 kilometer. So if you are going to calculate the velocity in this journey, it will be 30 kilometer upon 15 minutes, that means 2 kilometer per minute. That means the object travel 2 kilometer distance in every minute, and the speed is, the velocity is constant here, that is 2 kilometer per minute. So if we draw the graph of this journey, that is VT graph, velocity we have taken in y-axis and time we have taken in x-axis. So you will get a straight line in this way. So straight line which is parallel to the time axis. So here you can see that if you are taking t1 time, then also the speed of the object, or velocity of the object is vt, and if it is t2 time, then also the velocity of object is vt. Okay, so what you find, if the velocity is taken positive, then the vt graph you will get for the uniform motion in a straight line is parallel to the time axis, above the time axis. If the velocity is negative, in such case you will get the velocity time graph below the time axis. It will be parallel to the time axis, but it will be below the time axis. That means in the negative v direction it will be. Okay, and if we will calculate here, suppose as in the graph you can see that the v is the velocity during time interval t1 to t2. So the displacement is given as velocity into time interval. So displacement is equal to velocity is v, that is constant here because it is moving in a straight line with the constant speed. So velocity is also constant. So you can see that velocity v multiplied with time interval t2 minus t1. Velocity v can be given as ab here. So it is AB, and T2 minus T1 we can write as, velocity we can write as, you can see that velocity is BC. Here the velocity is BC here, that is the constant. Either you can write AD or you can write BD. Both are correct. Both are the value of V. So velocity will be given by BC, and T2 minus T1 is written as AB here. T2 minus T1 is written as AB here. So AB is the length and BC is the width of this rectangular part that you are looking here, the rectangular shaded part. So L into B, that means the displacement S will be equal to area ABCD. So from this graph, what it is means what we have proved, that in the velocity time graph for uniform motion, area enclosed by the VT graph with the time axis gives displacement. Exercise question 3.3 given in page number 56 of NCERT. A woman starts from her home at 9 a.m., walks with a speed of 5 km per hour on a straight road up to her office, 2.5 km away. Stays at the office up to 5 p.m. and returns home by an auto with a speed of 25 km per hour. Choose suitable scales and plot the xt graph of her motion. You can see that in this, first of all, the distance of office from her home is 2.5 kilometer. So we will calculate the time taken to reach office, that is equal to distance upon speed, and distance is 2.5 kilometer. The speed, because she walks every day, so it is 5 kilometer per hour, and the value will come, the time will come, this is t is 0.5 hour. 0.5 hour, if we change, it will be 60 minutes. 0.5 into 60 minutes, that will be 30 minutes. That means the lady will reach to the office by 9:30. Okay, and so here we have mentioned, you can see that in x-axis we have taken time, that is 9 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock and 5 o'clock. So we have taken this measurement in hour. Now in x-axis you will see the, y-axis you will see the x, that means the position, that is 0.5 kilometer, 1 kilometer, 1.5, 2 and 2.5 kilometer. So when she starts at 9 o'clock, she will be reached to the 2.5 kilometer within 30 minutes. That means till 9:30 she will be there at 2.5 kilometer at her office. After that, till 5 o'clock she is remaining there only. That means there is no change in position. So a straight line will come, the position not change till 5 o'clock. A straight line, that means she is in rest position. So a straight line parallel to the time axis till 5 o'clock. Then 5 o'clock she started to time taken to reach home, that is 2.5 kilometer, and this time she always comes with the auto. That means the speed is 25 kilometer per hour, so 2.5 kilometer upon 25, and it will be 0.1 hour, or you can say 6 minutes. So within 6 minutes she will be there at home when she started from 5 o'clock, at 5 o'clock. Okay, so till 5:06, that means till 5 o'clock 6 minutes she will be there at home. So you can see the slope of the graph. Okay, so she will be there. So this type of graph will be obtained in this question. Now one more thing, that means I want to explain you, whenever we are taking the xt graph, okay, so we know that the slope of the graph, this theta, that means tan theta is indicating the velocity of the object which is moving in uniform motion. Okay, and one more thing, that if you can see that this theta, this is theta here, theta 1, and this is theta 2. Suppose this is for, means this graph, the xt graph you obtain for a vehicle A, and this xt graph you obtain for the vehicle B, suppose. Okay, so what you find here, since this theta 2 is greater than theta 1, so tan theta 2 will be greater than tan theta 1. We know that as we increase the angle, the value of value of tan theta will be increased. So tan theta 2 will be more than tan theta 1. So the speed or the velocity of the vehicle B is more than the velocity of vehicle A. Okay, so velocity of vehicle A is less than the velocity of vehicle B. So more will be the slope of graph. You can see that slope of graph, if it is more will be the velocity. Okay. We will see example 3.1 given in NCERT, page number 43. Question given here is, a car is moving along a straight line, say OP. This is OP. The distance between OP is 360 km. O, it is written 0 km. At P, it is written 360 km. It moves from O to P in 18 seconds. So from O to P, the car moves in 18 seconds, and return from P to Q. This is P to Q. This is U-turn, that means the distance between P and Q is 120 kilometer, or you can say simply the distance between O and Q is 240 kilometer. Okay, so it returned from P to Q in 6 seconds. What are the average velocity and average speed of the car in going from O to P and from O to P and back to O? So we will calculate first average velocity going from O to P. The total distance travel is 360, that means displacement is also, because it is in a straight line, so the displacement is 360 kilometer in positive direction, so it is written plus 360, and the time taken is 18 seconds. So 360 upon 18, it will be 20 meter per second. So the velocity is plus 20 meter per second. Now average speed, if we'll take, this is total distance travel 360 upon 18 second total time taken. So this will be also equal to 20 meter per second. Okay, here we have written plus sign because it is in positive direction. For a speed, no need to mention because it is not a vector quantity. Now average velocity we will see when it moves from O to P then come back to Q. So what will be the shortest distance between OQ? That shortest distance between OQ is 240 kilometer, and this will be displacement between O and Q. So average velocity is equal to displacement, total displacement upon total time taken. Total displacement here is 240 kilometer, and upon this is total time taken. So from O to P the time taken is 18, and from P to Q the time taken is 6 seconds. So total is 24 seconds. 240 upon 24, that means it is 10 meter per second, and displacement is in this direction only from O to Q, so it is taken as positive. Now average speed, you can see total distance travel, that is 360 plus 120, and total time taken is 18 plus 6, that is 24. So it is 480 upon 24, that will be equal to 20 meter per second. Now look example 3.2. It is given in page number 45 of NCERT book. The question given here is the position of an object moving along x-axis is given by x equal to a plus bt square, where a is 8.5 meter, b is 2.5 meter per second, and t is measured in seconds. What is its velocity at t equal to 0 second and t equal to 2 second? What is the average velocity between t equal to 2 second and t equal to 4 second? We know that the formula for the instantaneous velocity is v equal to dx upon dt, where x is the position, that means dx is change in position. X is given here by the formula that a plus bt square. So we can write this equation a plus bt square in place of x. Now we will take the differentiation of this equation a plus bt square. You can see that a is a constant quantity, so differentiation of a will be 0. Here b is constant, so it will remain constant b, and the differentiation of t square is 2t. So the quantity will become 2bt. Now we will check the velocity at 0 second. So the velocity at 0 second will be 2bt, where we are putting here the value of b, that is equal to 2.5 meter per second, and the time is 0. T is 0 second here. So at 0 second we are calculating this velocity, that will become 0. So at 0 second the velocity will become 0. Now we'll check velocity for 2 second. So you know that the velocity came there 2bt, where 2b is 2.5, so 2.5 into 2 is 5 into t. Now t is the 2 seconds, so 5 into 2 seconds, that is equal to what? That is equal to 10 meter per second. So velocity is equal to 10 meter per second at t is equal to 2 second. Okay, so this is the first part that we have done. Now we are going to calculate average velocity between 4 and 2 second, between 2 to 4 second. So first of all, we'll note the position at 4 second, that is x at time 4 second, then x at time 2 second. X at time 4 second is a plus bt square, and because t is 4 here, so t square will be 16. So x, the position at 4 second will be a plus 16b. Position at 2 second will be a plus 4b, because 2 square is 4b, but negative sign is here, so this will become negative and this will also become negative. Now you can see that a would be cancelled, and 16b minus 4b will be equal to 12b. 12b upon 2, the time difference also we have taken here, 4 minus 2, t2 minus t1, so 2 it is, so 12b upon 2 will become 6b. Now value of b is 2.4, so 6 into 2.5, sorry 2.5, so 6 into 2.5 is equal to 15 meter per second.